So you want to produce music full time?
How long have I been pursuing music as a full-time career? I've been pursuing music as a full-time career since, I guess, 2008, late 2007, early 2008. So I can't do math, but that's a long time.
And for this one, I feel like I've literally been hoping that this would be my career for my entire life. But I just started taking it seriously about like 5 or 6 years ago. Started out making like type beats, then kind of got tired of doing that. So I took a year break, and then I ended up making my YouTube channel.
I've been actively pursuing music production as my full-time job since about 2016, which is around when I first started making beats. And so that's about 7 years ago, yeah.
So I've been producing since about 2019. I originally started out of total accident. I saw them little launchpad things on YouTube one day, and it was like an XXX Tentacion type beat, and they were doing all the lights. I was like, you know what, that's sick. I want one. So I begged my parents for ages to kind of get me one, and I got it. And it originally came with Ableton Light, which was the first DAW I used.
I cannot tell you exactly, because when I was starting, I just been making beats and I liked it, and it was like a hobby. I never knew that eventually I will become a full-time engineer or producer. I just like to make music since I was a little kid. Maybe I was like 8 and I've been playing around with DAWs.
What roles do I take regarding music as my career? So I started just wanting to produce. However, I realized that I wasn't able to fully express myself or as much as I wanted to just doing that. So since then, I've also gotten into, of course, writing my songs, mixing my vocals, mastering the songs, making the beats, etc. As well as, of course, working on all of the artwork and stuff like that. But that's the stuff that I enjoy the most. So I look at it as literally just like pure fun and really pure freedom. Outside of YouTube.
Basically, anything I have to do, any role I have to take on, any hat I have to wear, I've pretty much done. I'm not my own lawyer. That would be crazy, because I didn't go to law school. I know some of the key terms to look for and some of the standard stipulations in a producer agreement, and so I can communicate to a lawyer or a manager about whether or not I want those things changed and how. That's one thing I will tell producers not to do. Don't represent yourselves legally. Don't represent yourselves. Especially when it comes to these major labels, don't do it.
I say primarily I'm a producer and a beat maker, but I have been a mixing engineer before for some periods of time.
So typically nowadays it's more of producing. I'm getting into beats a little bit more. I did do them before, but they didn't work out too good. But it's something I'm definitely getting back into. So mostly beat making, production. I've been working with a few artists, kind of honing in on the mixing skills, the mastering, doing a bit of audio engineering. And then another big thing which people don't really think about in the music industry is like graphics, like artwork, video editing. And that's like a pretty good way to get into the music industry at the current point it is. Everyone needs editors realistically.
So as I've said, yeah, I'm a mix engineer, but I also produce. I still produce. I just don't upload those beats. I produce custom beats for artists who are interested in, but mostly, yeah, I'm a mix engineer. Sometimes artist wants to remake his old songs, but he doesn't have no access to the old files, only his vocal recordings. Sometimes I work like that. So yeah, I produce too, but mostly on a custom basis. What made me want to pursue music full time? At some point I realized that my beats were really good, although they were not, as I understand it now, but I really believed that my beats are very good. I just realized that people make money off it. And if people make money off it, why I cannot make money off it? Actually, I never made a single dollar from my beats for about 4 years into my music career. I made my first money in 2015, although I started in 2011. Yeah, it was more like a hobby. So I wasn't even trying to get paid, but at some point I realized that my beats are good enough to sell.
I didn't originally want to pursue music full time. I wanted to get a regular job and live a regular life, and sure don't now. But I mean, who wouldn't want to pursue music as a full-time job? I just didn't see it as possible. So the reason I did it was just because I realized I had invested so much time and energy and money into music production. And when I was confronted with the reality of, being an adult who needed to get a full-time job and pursue an actual career, then I was afraid that, my background, my educational background, at least my undergrad was in education. So you can't be a teacher and not work crazy hours every single day and then come home, take your work home with you, that type of thing. So it wouldn't be like a job that I could just leave at the workplace, come home, and then maybe make some beats at night. I knew that wasn't going to be how it played out. So I was confronted with a choice: either give up music completely and get a job in teaching, or, pursue music for a little while and see how it goes. And then the plan B is to just go back to my original plan A, which is just get a teaching job.
All right, so what made me want to pursue music full time? Now, this could be an extremely long answer, so I'm going to try to give you guys the short one. And really, what made me want to pursue music was honestly just the way it made me feel. I remember when I was younger, I was pretty alone and depressed. And I remember I was listening to a Kid Cudi song. I think it was the song Mr. Rager, where he says, "This song goes out to all the kids like me." I felt like I was directly being spoken to, and so I kind of just wanted to be able to create that same feeling in people, whether that's to make them not feel alone through my music, to make them feel happy. Something that makes it special making a song for me is I feel like I'm able to talk about things that I would never just outright say, as I'm more of someone that kind of keeps things in, even though I'm telling all of you guys this right now. But yeah, that's really kind of the main reason why I got into making music.
Because I never wanted to get a real job, that's why.
The real answer for this is, I don't know, I'm 19, I need to make money somehow. Been enjoying music for the past couple of years, and I found out you can make money from it, and who wouldn't want to make money from something they love doing?
If I could go back in time, would I still choose to pursue this career? Yeah, of course. Because I think if I chose another career, I'd be really stressed out. And matter of fact, when the pandemic hit and there was all this chaos and uncertainty, I was like, man, I've been working from home. It's not great. It was a terrible situation, and it continues to be pretty terrible for a lot of people. But I just felt like it didn't damage me in the way that it did others, because I was already used to being right here in this room working all damn day anyway. So I was already equipped for that. So yeah, I as that was happening, I'm thinking to myself, wow, I'm really grateful that I decided to pursue music production as a career, because if I had chosen to teach, for example, I'm looking at these teachers scrambling to, one, they're unsafe with the virus. They're being exposed all the time. No one appreciates them to begin with, and now to be exposed to a potentially fatal virus, that just makes it worse. But they're also rushing to retrofit their entire curriculum and the logistics of teaching to Zoom. That was how I can't believe that they figured it, and they had so little time to figure that out, and there was so much pressure on them. So yeah, hell yeah, if I could go back in time, I would definitely choose to pursue music production again. I'd be rich right now, because I wouldn't make the same mistakes that I made that I think held me back. But yeah, I definitely choose it again.
Thank you for watching part 1 of this series, where we explore what it truly takes to be a full-time musician in various different stages in a career. And make sure you subscribe down below and turn on that bell notification to get notified when that video comes out.